Getting back to campaign 2020, the moderator of Face the Nation, Margaret Brennan, joins us now. Margaret, we are a few days away from the election. It's hard to believe. We know the candidates are focusing on Florida in this home stretch. So what else are they focusing on in order to win?
You're right. Florida, according to our read, is very much in play. And this is a state that the president needs to build that path to 270 electoral votes. He really needs Florida to swing his way with all 29 of your electoral votes. So in this final stretch, these 4 days, the president is hoping that he can inspire his supporters to show up at the polls en masse. He needs them to, frankly, because if you look at the early vote, and keep in mind a record 86 million Americans have already cast their vote either early in person or by mail, Joe Biden has the edge in a number of the very key states that decide the outcome, that really pick the next president. So in these final days, Donald Trump will make the argument that it is the economy and the basis of a potential recovery from the worst of the pandemic that is the reason for his reelection. He will push that in the heartland of this country. Joe Biden will also be hitting that same territory. I'm thinking about the Michigans, the Wisconsins, the Pennsylvanias, and try to convince the white working class to come back to the Democratic Party for those voters who tried out President Trump in 2016. And he will argue that it is the president's response to the pandemic, and that should be the measuring stick by which to judge the Trump presidency. So these are the final arguments, and former President Barack Obama will be out there helping Joe Biden on the campaign trail this weekend in the Midwest.
Well, of course, coronavirus cases are surging across the country, hospitals reaching capacity in many of those states that you mentioned. So what do voters need to know to keep themselves safe when they go out and cast their ballot?
This is a real spike, particularly in the Midwest. As you mentioned, we are now up to about 90,000 infections per day. 9 million infections in this country. If that doesn't convince you, look at the hospitalizations. Those are on the rise. This is worrisome. Epidemiologists say the White House says a third of this country is now in the red zone, what they would define as a hot spot. So the White House task force is warning behind the scenes to governors to try to put some control mechanisms in place, frankly, as we go into these colder months. We will be talking about this on Sunday with Dr. Scott Gottlieb, the former FDA commissioner. The spike in infection rates is something people take into consideration when they head out to vote. If you want to do it safely, you need to wear a mask, in particular a high-quality mask, according to Dr. Gottlieb. That means a surgical or N95. Keep your distance, wash your hands, but exercise your right to vote.
Margaret, we appreciate your time and your insight this evening. Thank you. You can join Margaret for Face the Nation on Sunday. Among her guests this week, Florida Congresswoman Val Demings and GOP Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. That is Sunday at 10:30.